So due to the current situation that is happening around the world now, right, we are seeing weakness coming back in some of those travel-related stocks like, SIA, Singapore Airlines, and also SATS services. So a lot of people asking me, over the past few weeks, Joey, what do you think about SIA and SATS? Is it time to get in because there's some weakness? I mean, prices have kind of like dipped to a bit more attractive levels. Is it time to look at it again? Hey guys, Joey here, top tier Remisier and trader in Phillip Securities and chief trainer at Trading Impossible. Right? So in today's video, right, we look at these two stocks, right? SIA, Singapore Airlines, and also SATS services. We'll actually look at the system to see what it says. So we actually had a couple of bullish signals for both of them, all right? And prices have gone up, but then there was an exit and it came back down again, right? So we'll look at the system again, the 1GT, all right? One good trend system that I have that kind of like alerted me to these counters in the first place and what it says right now, and if there are any new bullish signal and all that, right? So we look at the system and then we'll dive into the charts to whereby I'll do a quick analysis on what are some of the new potential support levels that we are at right now, and if there could be an opportunity to kind of like get in again to kind of ride the rebound phase, right? So do stick around all the way to the end of this video, because if you're looking at the travel stocks, SIA and SATS, this video will definitely benefit you. So let's take a look at SIA from my 1GT, or the one good trend system that I have that kind of like, give out the bullish or bearish signals and kind of like guides us on when to get in and get out, right? So this is SIA right here, and you can see that we actually had like a bullish signal somewhere on 8th of Feb, right? This is like green arrow pointing up to one good trend bullish signal. 8th of Feb, we did have like a bullish signal. Prices started to rise up from like 430 all the way to about 540, 550, and then we got an exit, right? And we actually had, while it was consolidating, we actually had this like a new bullish signal. But just before we saw the sell down, right, when it broke that 550 level, though this 550 was like a really critical support level, and when it broke that 550, prices really came down. So before it started to come all the way down, we actually had like a exit signal, right? So yeah, we got like a new bullish signal and an exit just before we came all the way down, and we are currently at about $4.84 around there. All right, so that is SIA right here. So we actually had like a bullish signal. Exit was like consolidating just above that 550, but unfortunately, all right, it kind of broke down due to the worsening situation that we're seeing right now. Okay, so let's dive into the charts from SIA to see where we are right now and if there are any new supports that have just came out. Okay, so this is SIA right here, currently trading at about $4.91. So it kind of like rebounded a bit, right? It's about $4.91. So let me just do a quick recap of where we were just about a month back, somewhere in like March and April. We were actually, pushing higher and higher, quite a good actually reversal back up, when things were getting better and all that, right? So I think there was a bullish signal somewhere in Feb right here, right? And we started to see it rally up from like here all the way by more than 30%, and then we got an exit signal, all right? But you can see over the past, I would say 1 month plus, we were actually consolidating above this really important and critical support at a $5.50, 5.50. So we're actually holding it for like about 3 weeks to a month. In March, in April, we were holding above 550, but then of course due to the worsening situation, we broke that 550 right here on the 15th of April. All right, just about 3 weeks back, we broke this support, and sellers started to come in and push prices down. And then look at this, right? The green line, the 20 days moving average, also started to slope down, and of course we started to slope down with prices kind of like going below the green line as well. So that's not so good in terms of the short term. We might see a bit of weakness, and that's exactly what happened. We broke that 550, the green line sloped down, prices went below the green line, and that's where prices started to push down all the way to a bit of support at about $5. So $5 would be what we call like a psychological support level. So we're actually holding there for like about a week, but then it did not hold, it kind of broke down, and we are like currently below that $5 level. So this $5 would now be the resistance. Let me just go ahead to turn this line. So originally you can see that this line was the support level, so it was like green in color, right? So it was green in color, so $5.50, $5. So we have kind of like broken these two support levels. So let me just turn this line to red in color, whereby it would now become the resistance level, whereby we can potentially head back up to. All right, and where are we right now? So you can see right now we are back to this level at about 480, right? So 480 would be where the 100 days moving average. And what is this 100 days? 100 days will be this red line. You can see this red line is what we call the 100 days moving average. And this red line, you can see somewhere in like January, we have kind of like crossed back up above the blue line, which is the 200 days moving average. So in terms of the mid to long term trend, as I say, somewhere around here, there were some signs of a good, uptrend starting to form up in the mid to long term, right? And yeah, so we went all the way up, came back down, and we are pretty much back to this where this red line 100 days moving average. So this 480 would be a bit of a temporary support, I would say. I mean, it's only about 2 or 3 days, so it remains to be seen if we can really hold above that 480, but that would be a bit of a support for now, right? 480 would be a support, and yeah, today we kind of like rebounded from it again, all right? And but I would say this support, which I would say would be more critical, would be this level at about the $4.60. In fact, I've drawn this line right here. This is the $4.60. You can see all this while 460 since like March 2020. All right, we were actually capped below this 460. You can see prices went up, came back down, went up, came back down, and when we broke this 460, the rally really started from all the way to like $5.60, $5.70. So this 460 would be what I say a more firm support, right? 460 to 480. Let me just go to draw this upwards kind of like targets or potential rebound targets. You can see it's not really from 480 but probably to 460. Yeah, I think if the 480 were to break down, we might potentially hit to 460, and that is where I feel that it's a bit more of a stronger support level. The fact that it was a very, very key resistance over the past 1 year, all right, and we might potentially hit back there with this resistance now becoming like a new support level, right? So this is SIA. So I think if you're looking to kind of like get in on this, I mean, if you have like rode the recovery or the reversal back up, you have like kind of like taken profit or stop loss and get out here, you still make money. But now if you're looking to like kind of get in again, to kind of ride the rebound back up again, hopefully if the situation improves, right, that's where you can potentially think about getting in again near 460, 450. That's where we might see some support, right? So normally we do not want to rush to kind of like get in. I'll probably look at my system again to see if there are any new bullish signal, or if there are, then we can probably look at it again. But right now you can see, because we have just like broken this $5 support, and this 480 is just holding for like only 2 or 3 days, so we're not too sure whether it will hold, but we want probably wait to see a bit more stability, a bit more bullish price actions, or maybe some good reversal candles coming out to kind of indicate that the support is holding, and that's where we might think about getting in again to ride the rebound, right? So this is SIA right here, all right, 460 to 480, that would be the support for now, and that's where you can potentially think about getting in again, all right, if we do see some stability coming back at prices near there. Okay guys, so let's move on to the next counter in the travel sector, and that would be SATS, S-A-T-E, SATS services. Alright, and guys, if you like this video, go ahead to give me an early thumbs up. It will definitely help out the channel. Alright, and thank you so much for doing this. Alright, so let's get on to SATS right over here. So SATS also same thing like SIA. We have seen some weakness coming back in the past few weeks due to the current situation that is like kind of like worsening. Alright, and hopefully things get better. Alright, so this is SATS right here, and we did had like a couple of bullish entry and exit signal. You can see the trend have like kind of turned somewhere in like October. This would be the trend bar right at the bottom. You can see it was like red in color, kind of like turned green from like a downtrend to an uptrend somewhere around October. And in fact, we did had like a good 4th of November 2020. We had like a good 1 GT bullish signal, and that was where the rally really started when it broke that 320 resistance level right over here. You can see it went up all the way, got an exit, started to consolidate, and then we had like another new bullish signal somewhere in February, 3rd of Feb, went up, got an exit, and this was where we are just most recently right over here. So we did have like a bullish signal somewhere in 15th of March, but it did not really follow through. Alright, it kind of went up a bit to like about near 460, and that's where prices came down. People started to take profit when the situation kind of like worsened. Alright, and then we got an exit signal. So you can see just before prices really sold all the way down, we did have like an exit. So I mean, if you have like kind of like a system to guide you on when to get out, you probably want to get out as well, because that's where things might not be so good. You want to probably get out and wait and see how things turn out, rather than just holding on to the stock and blindly, and where else we actually had an exit signal, right? So this is how a system can actually help you to guide you on getting in and also getting out, which is most important. And people always think about getting in, but what about getting out, right? I mean, if you have like a signal that can help you in that to kind of like alert you, hey, things might not be looking so good, it might be a bit shaky, you might want to get out first, yeah, you can probably think about getting out. And that's where you can see that how much money has been saved, just from like $4.40 all the way to like about $3.94, right? It's about 40-50 cents saving just by following an exit signal to kind of get out if you need to get out. All right, so this is set here. So yeah, we do not have like any new bullish signal, but the trend, look at this, right? The trend is great. This bar is still green in color. It kind of like turned a bit red, so there might be some signs of a bit of a trend turning from like an uptrend to a bit of downtrend. So we look at the charts later in a bit, but right now there isn't any new bullish signal. We got an exit, prices started to head down. So let's take a look at where we are right now for SATS and if there could be any new potential good entry support levels that we can look at again. Okay, so this is SATS services right here, SATS, currently trading at about 402 right here. All right, and just a couple of weeks back, as I mentioned, we were actually holding above this support level at about $4.25. You can see 4.25. That would be the support level, and then we had like an exit signal I mentioned somewhere around here. All right, I think yeah, this was the exit signal, and then prices started to come down. It broke the support and went all the way down. All right, so this is where we are right now. So you can see 4.25 would be the support level, right? So when we broke that, it's not a good sign in terms of the short term. And of course, look at this, right? When it kind of broke the green line, the 20 days moving average was like pointing down. All right, so short term it looks a bit shaky. Of course, in the long term, we are still looking at a good, longer term recovery over the next like 1 year, 2 years, just by looking at the red and the blue line. We have seen prices kind of like reverse back up somewhere since November, December. There were some signs of a good longer term uptrend happening, but short term wise, right, yeah, due to the current situation, right, we have seen a bit of weakness when it broke that 4.25 support level. So that would be the support level. Let me just turn this support level to red in color, because now that would be like a resistance level. So support turn to like a new resistance level. That's where we prices were to like rebound to that level, like 420, 425. I think that's where we might start to see a bit of selling, a bit of profit taking coming back in again. Okay, but what would be the support right now? So you can see all this while since like November, we were actually consolidating above this quite a good support level, and this would be the $3.80, 3.80. You can see we went up all the way. All right, and okay, this resistance level is at 460. You can see 460 would be a really firm resistance all this while, since like last year, 2019. That's where we were kind of like supported above. It broke down, okay, went all the way down, and you can see just like last month we went to this 460 and came back down. So 460 would be a very, very critical resistance level, right? And that's where we touched and came down. All right, but the support level would be this at about 380, right? 380 was where we were somewhere in February before we saw quite a good rebound. I think we actually had like a bullish signal here I mentioned. All right, let me just take a look at it, right? So yeah, I think we actually had a bullish signal somewhere here in February, 3rd of Feb, started to push up, and let's take a look at the chart again. So yeah, that was like a bullish signal on 3rd of Feb here and started to push up. So this would be the support at $3.80. So we might actually see a bit of weakness, prices kind of like pushing down towards this 380. Let me just go ahead to draw some upside potential rebound targets. You can see from 380 all the way to maybe about 420, 425. That would be about 10-11% upside. I mean, if we do hit to this good 380 support level, it can be a good kind of opportunity to kind of get in on dips again. For those of you who have gotten out, all right, it can be a good opportunity to kind of get in to kind of like catch the rebound again. Of course, we want to wait and see if we do spot some good like reversal price action or reversal candles near there that can lead to a good rebound. Maybe even wait for the system to see if there's like a new bullish signal that have like came out, in Feb. I mean, we do see like a new bullish signal here and right over here, maybe in the next 1 or 2 weeks, then that could be a good indication that the rebound might actually start to happen again. All right, but right now you can see there is no signal, right? There's no signal. It's like, I don't know if that kind of like 390 would break down, a bit of support at 390. So I think if the 390 would break down, we might potentially hit to 380. So there is no signal as of now, right? So there's no signal as of now. So that would be the level whereby I'll look at to see if there's any new signal that comes out, or also any new like a good bullish reversal candle that can potentially indicate like a rebound starting to happen. Okay, so this is SATS services right here. So look at this, right? In terms of the shorter term moving average, so I mentioned about this green line. So the green line was like pointing down, and you can see what happens was over the past 1 to 2 days, this green line have kind of like went down, and you can see that kind of like crossed below the 100 days moving average, the red line. So in terms of the short term, as I say, it doesn't look that strong. All right, not saying it will go all the way down, but just saying that, you know, it doesn't look that strong. Right, this green line kind of like below the red line, all right, it can, you know, indicate some short term weakness, right? Though the longer term still seems okay. So hopefully the longer term trend it still holds right above this 100 days, sorry, this blue line, which is the 200 days moving average. So yeah, if prices were to hold above this blue line, that's a good thing. And you can see that's where the 380 is, maybe 380, 370. That would be where this longer term 200 days moving average is. So yeah, as long as prices were to hold above this blue line, I think it still looks good in the long term. But for the short term, you know, the fact that this green line, the 20 days moving average, has crossed down, all right, we might see a bit of short-term weakness. And where can we potentially see some good support? That would be the $3.80 right over here. All right, so yeah, we want to probably wait to see if there's any bullish signal that comes out near 380, all right, or any good reversal actions, and that's where I can potentially think about, you know, getting in again to ride the rebound, right, all the way to 425, and after 425 would be the 460, right? 460 would be a critical resistance that has been holding over the past 6 months. So yes, guys, we have covered these two stocks, right? SIA, Singapore Airlines, and also SATS Services. So I hope you have taken note of some of the levels that I talked about in terms of like support, whereby, you know, buyers might start coming in again, all right, and also taken note of some of the signals that we have gotten from in terms of the system, right? So right now for both of them, we did have like an exit signal, or from the previous bullish signal, and there are still no signals that have came out. So I'll probably take a look at the system again to see what it says, right? So give me a like if you enjoyed this video, and guys, if you want to find out a bit more on how we use like a system to kind of like alert us on counters like this, when to get in and when to get out as well, or you can probably attend one of those free web class. I'll probably put a link around this video to check it out, and that's where I'll share a bit more on this 1GT, all right, the one good trend framework behind the system, right? And that's where you can put, you know, kind of like get a bit more clarity on what to do, when to get in, when to get out in the stock market, right? So Joey here, thank you so much for watching. I look forward to see you in the next video, and go ahead and hit the subscribe button if not yet subscribed to this channel so that you will not miss any videos like this. I'll see you soon.